Well, hello all you wonderful people. I'm at Greenbo again. I'm going to troll for trout for a little bit, but one thing I wanted to try today, because one of the lakes I go to I can't use my motor, so I'm going to do nothing but trolling motor today, and it'll be about 3 hours of trolling motor just to see how long I can actually troll, because I'll do nothing but trolling. We had a huge rainstorm and the lake is actually stained much more than I would have expected for Greenbo. Greenbo is usually crystal clear, so these big winter rains sometimes mess things up, and I am really surprised to see the lake stained. So I'm going to troll just two countdown Rapalas. They're both sinking. One is the brook trout pattern, one is the silver side. They're I think the 2.5 inch, a little bit bigger since the water's kind of stained. So come on with me, let's see what I catch. Oh, and I did bring my fly rod today, although it's supposed to be like 0 wind. Of course it's windy. I'm not sure how the fly rod will work today, but yeah, I don't have a lot of time. It's basically one day I have during the Thanksgiving weekend that I can fish. You know, it is what it is. Take time when I can get it. Oh, I'm wearing my life jacket today simply for warmth. It's a little windier than I expected out here. Like I said, when I looked at the weather, it's supposed to be basically 2 to 3 mile wind and then maybe a few gusts up to about 10, but it's been a steady breeze about the whole time I've been here. Is that a hit? Oh. Another hit, both sides now. Yep, that's a good sign. With my handheld control, I can just sit here and kind of watching TV. Just watching around, watching the screen. Over a huge school of fish back there, nothing hit, but it's not live scope obviously, but still a lot of fun. And this Tarova with a prop setting of 6 is moving the boat at about 2.3 miles an hour, which for me is about the same speed I did my kayak as far as trolling goes. So now in the river it's different because you have current, but on a lake it looks like a setting of 6 will give you about 2.3 miles an hour, probably depending on the wind, but around 2.3 miles an hour, which is pretty good trolling speed. At least that's what I found on my kayak. 2.3 2.5 uses what I sat at with my kayak, so we'll see how it goes on the boat and how long these batteries last, which is what I'm really curious about. Huge group of fish down there at about 15 feet. Could be crappie, could be trout. Hopefully I'll find out here in a second or two. Have a fish on. Something's playing with it. Yeah, got something little on here. Now, a little rainbow. All right, buddy. Didn't want to keep you. That one's too little. So we're going to put him back. Oh, shoot, my hand's wet. You don't want to handle these guys with dry hands. Of course, he's sitting on dry carpet. All right, bub. All right. Okay. Pretty little fella. We're going to let him go. There he goes. He's too little, but that's encouraging. I guess I can say not a skunk, but need to be a little bit bigger than that. He's just a little fella. All right, let's keep going here. That was on the silver Rapala. The silver countdown is what it's called. I believe it's a 2.5 inch. So just a little bit bigger than that 2 inch I usually troll, but I thought with the water being stained, maybe a little bit bigger profile would be better, and obviously that little guy tried to eat it. I have yet to land a trout here on my fly rod, and that is a goal I have this year. I've hooked a couple, but they've jumped and gotten off. Fingers crossed that the wind dies down enough that I'll be able to throw the fly rod and see. Oh, and there's a fish. Nice, that's a better one. That's a better one. I'm gonna have to get the live well going here. That's a better one. Now this is on the brook trout pattern. Oh no, come on, get in there. There we go. Nice. Very nice. And he got off the hook, which is even better. Oh, hello. The heck? Fish everywhere. Ah, that's a pretty fish. That is a pretty fish. Very nice. Let's get this part of the way. All right. All right, bub. That's a nice fish. Let's turn. Well, let me go ahead and get the live well going here. That's definitely a keeper size there. See, I've not turned this thing on and it's got water in it, so if you ever wonder, hey, I'll use that as storage, not so much. I don't know if there's something I can buy that clogs that up, but it fills with water on its own. Not good. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep him, but let's find out how big he is. I'm gonna guess about 12 inches. All right, buddy. He is 11.5. So, all right, we'll let him go down there in the live well. He'll be dinner someday. Go ahead and turn that on. And there we go. One in the live well. Not been here long at all. Good deal. Lordy, I just got going again. I've already got another one on. Oh, daggone it. He got off. Darn it. Gotta get better net skills than that. Shoot. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting him to want to hit that quick again. All right, let's try it again. Nope, there's another one. Heck yeah. I'll get this one in the boat. There we go. That's better. Good deal. Well, shoot. Get this rod out of the way here. He's not quite as big as the other one, but he's bigger than my first one anyway. Alrighty. That's probably about a 10.5 incher. All right, bud. Nah, stop. Not sure what you're all seeing, but another little pretty trout. It's a nice little fellow. Put him in there. And we'll keep fishing. Okay, that's 3. 2 in the live well, 1 I let go. He was too little. 2 thumbs up. It's Thanksgiving week, so it's the end part of November. And I've caught fish. I am very happy. I just had a hit over here, so I thought I'd turn the camera back on. And I'm trolling around 2.5 miles an hour. My prop speed's on 6. So I'm trolling these about 2.5 miles an hour, and I've had hits on that brook side, or brook trout, and I've also had hits on the silver side. You know, they seem to be hitting us with more, but you know, could be just location too. This water is stained, especially stained for Greenbo. Usually you can see down 15-20 feet. There's a bald eagle over there. You can hear him. And one thing to say, my aerator, the starter, and my nav lights, they all run off the main boat battery. So my trolling motor has 2 12-volt batteries. It's a 24-volt system. And there's a fish. Heck yeah, man. This is on the silver again. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Another nice one. Just don't give him any slack. Get him in the net. There we go. Whew. That's another. He's probably about a 10 incher. He's big enough to keep for sure. Put that in my rod holder there. Let's get another one for the cooler. Well, there's 3 already, and I'm not even trying hardly. That's awesome. Now he's hooked top and bottom, so we'll have to help him out a little bit. Not that one out. Let's go ahead and shoot. I'll hold him up here for the camera. Get that out of there. He's not huge. Well, you know, he's an average size for what I'm doing here. So I'll put him in the cooler. Oh, let him flip off there. I'm afraid he's not gonna make it because he's hooked pretty good on that lower jaw. Right, there he goes. Yeah, I don't know. He'd have made it anyway. So there's 3 in there. Good deal. Not even made a full pass yet. Just now getting started. I was gonna say, I really do think, because last time I trolled here, I used my gas motor, and you know, it creates no, well, good gracious, there's another fish. This is awesome. I made my limit here in no time. Feels like a pretty good one, actually. That's a pretty good one. He's fighting pretty good. He's on that back hook. There we go. Ah, hallelujah. That's awesome. I was a little worried with the water being so stained, but maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, that's probably about another. Here, we'll measure this one since he's hooked still. He's probably about 10.5 would be my guess. That's an average size, 10.5. I've caught a few above 12, and I think I've caught one over 13. It's few and far between though with those. Let's see real quick. This one I'm gonna guess is about 10.5, so we'll see. Well, he's 11, so that's 11 incher. All right, dude. So that's a, like I said, for Greenbo, that is just a normal average size fish, or a trout anyway. So anything above 10.5 is definitely a keeper, and these are all definitely keepers. And there he goes. Yeah, he's struggling a little bit. Let's see if he'll kick in there. So that's 4 of them in there. 4 more and I'm done. That's awesome. Cool deal. Well, awesome for me, not awesome for them. That's funny. Oh well, you know, everybody's got a function in life, I guess. These fellas are raised to basically go in the water and get caught. All right, let's keep fishing. Man, never a dull moment here. This is awesome. I've not even made half a pass yet. And I've already got 4 in the cooler. Or well, I got 4 in the aerator. Live well, whatever you want to call it. Good deal. And I've caught them on both. The brook trout pattern or the brook trout color. And I'll show at the end of the video what I'm using. All I'm going to do today is troll these. I've caught 5 and I've got 4 already in the live well. So, you know, no reason to troll something different. And I don't know what most people troll out here, but I've had my best luck either with a Kitech jig that I cut down to about 2 inches, or basically these count down Rapalas. There's a smaller mini, it's a 2-inch that does well. And like I said, with the water being stained, I went to a little bigger profile, 2.5-inch countdown, but they're sinkers. And so far so good. And I got these at Walmart, so they're not hard to find. There's a perch pattern too. It's not as bright as that brook trout. Brook trout has a very bright orange belly on it. And there's marks in the 15 to 30 foot range, so I'm going over more fish. Fingers crossed. Want to check the limits again. I've either got a leaf over here or a fish. I wasn't even paying attention. That's a fish. Good gracious. This is awesome. And then here looking at the trout limit to make sure it was still 8 a day. In the Fins lakes, which are the smaller lakes, it is 5. But on the main lakes where they release these and the tailwaters and stuff, it's 8. So I'm sitting here right now with 5. If this guy's big enough, I can't tell yet. Let's see here. Ooh, see, that's why you net them. Yeah, that's fine. That's about a 10.5 incher probably. But that's why you want a net. These guys have they have a hard mouth. And they come off really quick. If you don't have a net, you're going to lose them. So this net's supposed to be no hook, but I don't know. I hook it all the time, but I guess I don't hook into the net itself. It's rubber coated. Oh, I forgot about that one I lost. That would have been 6 already. Good gracious. This may be a short day. These hooks are like Houdini. I don't know how in the crap they get in some of these positions they get into. Good Lord. All right. Let's see how big this fella is. I'm gonna guess about 10. Yeah, he's a decent sized little trout. Not huge, but he's decent. Yeah, he's 10 inches, so that's about my bare minimum is 10. Anything under that I'm gonna let go, but you know, a couple of those make a good little dinner. There's 4, there's 5. All right. Forgot about the one I lost. I'll almost be done already. That's crazy. Thank you, Greenbo Lake, and thank you, DNR, for stocking trout here. I'm fishing in November, catching fish. Heck yeah, man. Can't ask much more than that. Well, I did not expect this today. This is awesome. Well, I may be able to limit out on these things, and I'll throw that glide bait for a while and try and catch a few bass. If that happens, I'm gonna jinx myself now, I know. But if I'm able to limit out on trout this quick, I'll throw that glide bait for a while and see if I can catch a bass or two. And then kind of wait for the evening to settle in, and hopefully this wind will calm down and I'll be able to fly rod, catch a couple on fly rod. That'd be awesome. So I've tried for, this will be the third year at least, I've tried my fly rod to catch at least one. And I'll say I've hooked 2, but they both jumped off. Oh, I got another one on. That's awesome. This is crazy. When I pulled up and saw how stained the water was, I was a little bit worried, but don't know why. This is awesome. That one might be kind of little. We're gonna let him go. That's probably about 9 inches. We'll let this fella go. He should be good and lively. Ah, crap. Heck on it. All right, dude. Yeah, he's kind of little. Stop. He's not that big. We're gonna let him go. There he goes. Yep, he's off. All right. Well, another fish in the boat. I'm getting picky. Good deal. Good deal. I don't know if I ever finished my thought a little earlier. I've had so many fish hitting. One thing I think is when I was trolling with my gas-powered motor, the first time I was here, I only caught 1. And then I switched to trolling motor only and I caught 3. Well, today I've been trolling motor only and I've caught, well, let's see. I've let 2 go, 5, 7. I've actually hooked 8 fish. I've let 2 go, 1 got off, and I've got 3 in the live well. So I really think that the trolling motor trolling is the way to go, at least for now, because it doesn't create all that noise and disturbance like the gas-powered motor does. So, I mean, that's not scientific, obviously, but it's just my gut feeling, and then having had what happened today compared to last time I was here, quite a difference. So, and these fish have been in the water now since the very end of October, and it's almost the end of November. They've been in the water just about a month. They've seen a few things since they were released, and they're still biting very nicely. But like I said, this has all been trolling motor today. I just used my gas motor to get out to where I wanted, and then I put the trolling motor on and started trolling. I'm doubled up. Ah, crap. Let me back the trolling motor off a little bit. Holy crap, doubled up here. That's awesome. I got two on right now. If that one stayed on. Lord. Well, I guess with live well, I'll be able to cull some of these if I need to. Good deal. Let's put that one down. See what's on this one. I've got them both. That's awesome. Holy crap. Going into the bank here. Got to get him up. That's a nice one. Oh, how about them apples? Doubled up. Holy cow. All right, I've done that before. That's awesome. There you go. 2 for 1. That one is definitely bigger than that one, but they're both probably in the 10 and a half inch range. Oh my goodness. See, this one right here came off already. Let me turn my other camera off. Let me see my butt. All right, dude, all right. What I'm doing. All right, there's one done. I'll definitely keep both of these. This guy really, what in the world? Good Lord, he's, all right, well, there's one, and he is, yeah, he's over 10. I've got him where I've got him gripped. There's 6. And this guy really hit it hard, so I've got to keep him. He's already bleeding, so yeah, that's one I would have let go probably, but he really wanted that thing. He's probably not quite 10, but he's beat up pretty bad. So we're going to keep him. Let's get him. He is, yeah, see, he's 9.5. Normally I'd let him go, but he's in bad shape, so we're going to keep him. So that's 1, 2, let's see, 3, there's 7. Yeah, he's not going to make it. How about them apples? I got to keep count. Make sure I'm right. There's 1, 2. Yeah, there's 7 in there, so I can do one more. That's awesome. All right, let me get this thing out of the freaking net. Well, I just spent about 15 minutes getting my daggone hooks out of that stupid net back there. It's supposed to be one of those rubber coated nets, and somehow it got hooked in the knot, and then it hooked on some stitching. Like, good gosh. Anyway, that little trout I just caught, I put him in the live well, and he actually revived pretty well, so I've let him go. So I'm back to 6 right now. If any of the game wardens are watching, I've only got 6 in the live well right now. That other guy was doing fine. I let him go, and he swam right off. So let's keep going, try and catch something a little bit bigger. He was only 9 inches. He was too small. And luckily, he did revive. So, good deal. There's another one. Oh, you get off? You got off or not? Yeah, he's off. That's awesome. That was on the silver, so let's keep going. I've caught them both equally on silver and brook trout. If you're looking for a color or a pattern, I'd say yes to both. One thing definitely different than my kayak, this is a much wider boat. My kayak's only 3 feet wide. So I could look ahead and I could see both rods out of my peripheral vision. This is just wide enough that if I'm not looking, well, even if I'm looking straight ahead, I can see both rods, but sometimes I can't tell if there's a fish on or not. So I'm having to kind of keep vigilance on both rods to make sure that I don't have something hit it. Now, you know, if I ever caught a really big fish, that would be obvious, but these little trout, you know, they're not going to pull drag or anything like that. So this is something else to get used to, but loving it. And I'm really curious to see how long my trolling motor batteries will go. Let's see. I've been going now for about an hour and 15 minutes, around 5.5 to 6, and still going strong. Now I'm into the wind right now. Oh, and there's a fish. That's awesome. But feels like a pretty good one. Yeah, that's a, stop. I'm gonna get hooked. I should have used my net. He's hooked in the bottom jaw though, so he's good. That is probably about a 10-incher. Whoa, dude. That's why I've got that rod holder right there. Let's put that there. Get some slack in here. Let's see real quick. Yeah, he's 10, so we'll keep him. He's hooked in the bottom jaw too, so another pretty little trout. Tell you what, that's on the silver, obviously. If you're watching the video. So I've got 6, so this makes number 7. I'm not gonna touch him because that's number 7. 10 or better. I'm glad, like I say, I'm glad that 9-incher basically revived, because I would be done right now. And I don't like to keep them that small. They're just almost too small to eat. But you know, I hate to waste a resource too, so I didn't. If he didn't revive, I would have kept him. I'm getting blown around here. Go. I'm being kind of goofy here. All right. Put it back out, see what I catch. And I'm trolling into the wind right now, and I'm only doing about 2 miles an hour, so the wind really does matter as far as, or the wind, you know, the direction of the wind matters with the trolling motor I'm learning. So I had to go up to 6, and I mean, they're still biting, but I'm gonna keep it at 6. Well, I didn't go up to 6. I left it on 6. But 6 with the wind at my back is 2.5 miles an hour. Into the wind is 2 miles an hour. What a day! What a day! I've got one on as was falling. That's number 8. Good living. I was getting ready to switch out batteries and show what I do. And I let it sink. I just paused the boat, and daggone it, something didn't hit it while I was falling. That's a pretty good one, I think. All right, well, there's number 8. Oh my gosh, that's the fastest I've ever limited out on trout here at Greenbo. I've not even been here 2 hours. That's crazy. Been on the water, what time is it? I've been on the water about an hour and a half, and I'm already limited out. Did not expect to do that so quick. Well, there you go. It's a nice little trout. It's probably about 11-incher. Let's see if I can get this stupid lure out of here. Golly, that's been unbelievable. Yeah, I'd actually stopped the boat, so this was just sinking. And I guess as it was sinking, he smashed it. So there you go. There's my battery back there gone. I was down to about 2% battery power. And yeah, he's a nice little trout. Let's see how big this guy is. I'm gonna guess about 10 and a half or 11. He is right at 11, so right about where I like him to be. Like I said, for the trout that are here, that's a decent size. So there is a limit of Greenbo trout in a matter of an hour and a half, basically. I never even made hardly a full pass. There they are. You put him in there. How about them apples? So I can go. Now let's turn this off for a minute. So I'll make sure I got my count right. That just comes out and let this drain. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I've got 8. That's my limit. And the nice thing is these are all nice and lively. If I happen to catch something big on a fly rod, I can let one of the smaller ones go. I mean, my kayak, I always have to put them in a cooler. I don't have a live well, obviously. I'm going to put on that glide bait and see if I can't get a bass to bite. You know, it's only 4 o'clock yet. I would never in 100 years have ever thought I'd just sit here and basically limit out in a matter of an hour and a half. There's my fly rod back there ready to go. So if this all calms down, that's my actual goal. But I'm done. I'm done with trout today anyway. Unless I can fish with my fly rod a little bit. So I'm going to switch out this battery and go from there. So I thought I'd show how I changed out my battery. And again, I'm wearing my vest, so I don't know how my footage is. Hope it's good. Nice thing about these Yak Attack arms is you've got this little trigger that you can actually just push in, and I can just roll this thing right toward me. And then you lift up the battery compartment here, pull out the old battery. See how that stays right there? It's very easy to do. I'm figuring this thing out, and I keep this bag in there for the spent batteries, and I know anything not in the bag is good. I've got my battery stored in my little drawer down here, I guess, and bring it back to me. Put that in there like that. And turn it on. Make sure it connects to my remote. See, my remote is connected to this one. Turned it on. I'll turn it off. Let's get this back in its spot. You just push that little. See, there he goes. I'm ready to go. Brand new battery. Now what do? Oh, I'm going to throw the glide bait. I'm going to throw this glide bait and just see what happens. It's got great action. It looks just like a rainbow trout. And if you watch On Another Line, Tyler Waller, he came out here last winter and caught several nice bass on jerkbaits. And the water's still 50 degrees, so it's not like it's cold, but it's not like it's wintertime cold yet. Now I don't have live scope or anything, so I'm just casting and going. I got it on drift right now, so I'm drifting down the bank. And this drift mode is keeping me right down this bank. This is awesome. I put it on drift. I wanted to drift right down this direction right there toward those pine trees. And it just it self-corrects, it adjusts. The wind is at my back. I don't know what my drift is. It's not a great, not very fast, but I'm more than able to fish different water. And it just takes me right down the bank here. It's awesome. Yeah, I think the hat cam is going to be better than this. I can direct it more where I'm fishing. I'm not real sure where it's going. But, it's all about learning. Well, okay. I came around the corner up here toward the dam, and this is actually calm water. So I'm going to see real quick. It's 4:40. I have basically about 30 minutes left of light. But I thought, you know what? I'm here. I'm seeing some activity. So let me just see if I can find something to hit this fly. There's some activity around here. Well, one thing I'll be able to do next spring is I'll be able to fly fish. This is awesome. I've got my motor on, what's the speed right now? It's on 1, and it's just slowly moving me down the middle here, which is nice. There's all kinds of activity around me, but of course it's not where I am. Well, there's one out in front of me there. All right, well, I just wanted to give it a try here. If I could have had some wind blowing. Now the wind's calmed down now because it's almost dark. The sun is going behind the hill back there, so I'm gonna have to get out of here. It's amazing, even when the temperature is 45 degrees and the water's in the 40s, if the sun comes out, those little midges, they hatch. I've been out here in December, and there's daggone little midges flying around where they hatch because the sun comes out, and I guess it warms the top of the water up enough that they actually hatch and fly around. It's crazy. So these trout come up and feed on them. So oh, there's one right there. All right, let's see. Maybe. Come on, baby. Right there. And it's real close to where he just broke water. Well, there's some breaking over here. Well, it's been a fun day. Caught a limit of trout in a matter of an hour and a half, which surprised the heck out of me. Got to throw this glide bait a little bit. I tell you what, this thing looks awesome in the water. Haven't caught anything on it yet, but it looks awesome. It caught the fisherman that bought it, that's for sure. It looks great in the water, so I can see that being something for this spring too. So it's November 23rd, I think, 24th, something like that. It's close to Thanksgiving. I caught over a limit of trout. Now I let, of course, the ones go that were smaller. But what a great day. Listen, if you made it this far in the video, I'll do mostly boat fishing, I think, right now. I'm getting very spoiled, and I'm loving the trolling motor. I'm loving just the better access to fishing than I have for my kayak. I mean, I love my kayak, but I'm afraid I've got a new love, and it's the boat, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you made it this far and you like this kind of content, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. Have a lot more to come. I'll try to fish up until the lakes freeze over here, and in Kentucky that can be not at all, or it can be January, February. So I'll keep fishing as long as I can. I'm losing light. I gotta get it back to the boat ramp. One cool thing is I was able to test the battery meter, and I've run this trolling motor for well over 2 hours now, and it was still, in fact, I'm going to check it right now. I'll show you what it says. I mean, if you turn off, so this is the battery tester, and this has been running for probably 2.5 hours, and you can see it still shows 3 batteries, but so I've still got plenty of power in this thing. So let me get my other camera back here. So I am definitely going to take this boat to Beach Fork and troll Beach Fork and try to catch some hybrids from it, because that would be a blast. You know, I've gone, it is 5 o'clock, so I have trolled this just using basically the trolling motor all day. It's 2.5 hours all day, or almost 3 hours, I guess. And I have used this the whole time, and I've still got 3 batteries, so I have plenty of power. I could go to Beach Fork and at least fish for 4 or 5 hours. Still have probably plenty of battery left. My big concern about Beach Fork is I can't use my gas motor at all. But if I can go out there and fish 3 or 4 hours with my trolling motor, then, and where I fish is right there in the main lake of Beach Fork, I'm fine. Back to what I was saying earlier, if you like this kind of content, you made it this far in the video, please subscribe. I appreciate that. It helps the channel grow. I'm approaching 750. I need a couple more people to hit 750, which I am floored by that. I really appreciate all you that watch. Thank you for the comments I've had, and you know what? I'll catch you in the next video. 2 thumbs up to Greenbo today.